First, I'd like to say I was one of those 600 students in 1973 that contributed to making Booker T what it is today. I'd like to first introduce my wife, Jackie Burks, over here, and I've been in Tulsa Public Schools for 29 years as an art teacher, and I was influenced by Miss Linda Stilley over here. I would like for her to stand as well. My high school art teacher, Linda Stilley. Once again, my name is Lamar Burks. I'm from the Booker T. Washington class of 1974. Fred gave me 30 minutes. I got it down to 28. Fred. I am again the class of 1974, as well as the Booker T. Washington, I would say a Booker T. Washington curator and historian of the Booker T. Washington Athletic Museum. As I speak about Coach Mims, I recently contacted a few classmates and asked that they give a few comments about Coach Mims. The first stated that Coach Mims was a leader, teacher, preacher, father figure, and mentor. The guy said Mims taught us strength as he molded us, then prepared us for life when our teenage minds didn't have a clue why he did the things that he did in practice. Things like hit us with his forearms in the chest as we did layups. He ran us until we thought we could not breathe. He believed in us when we did not believe in ourselves. The guy said, "Why, Coach? We learned to prepare us for life and its lessons. Boy, did we learn. If we did not get it, then shame on us, but the majority of us got it." One of his favorite phrases was, "Boy, get tough, because if you did not get tough, life would be tough on us." Coach Mims, thank you for believing in me and helping me to mold to be a young man that I have become. That young man is here tonight. His name is Kirk Mosley. I'd like for him to stand. That's Kirk Mosley, member of the Booker T. Washington State Championship football team of 1973 and a senior basketball MVP in 1975. Another classmate that I contacted, but he's not here tonight, his name is Marcus. We called him Moose Cornelius. He said that after the last game in 1973-74, in which Booker T did not defend their title, Coach Mims said to him, "Marcus, as you go through life, please remember these words, that if you don't take care of the small things, then the bigger things will not take place." So he learned that in life, that you take care of the small things first and everything will fall in place. As I personally talk about Coach Mims, as Hornet tradition suggests, Mims was from the same mold as former Hornet mentors U.S. Mitchell, Seymour Williams, Art Williams, Robert Mays, Irvin Brown, and Ed Lacy, to name a few. I contacted a female member of my senior class, Renee Burns, who was a cheerleader, and she states that Mims was an influence on her life. She remembers a statement he told the class: "Don't ever say what you won't do, because situations will occur in life and you may have to eat your words." Renee felt like there was a word of wisdom coming from a young man of 30 years old at that time. She said that quote always stuck with her. Coach challenged us to think more positive. He had us read a book entitled Psycho-Cybernetics. He challenged us to be the best we could be. Mims was a teacher who loved and disciplined his students. Back in the day, he would chastise you in the hallway and then laugh at you the next minute. She also said Coach Mims gave her first tennis racket when she completed work study. Then he let her practice in the gym. Not to mention, he sold her dad her very first automobile. Learning from Coach Mims, it was all about community, accountability, and family. Personally speaking, as a high school, then college student, Coach Mims left many impressions on me. As most Hornets alums bleed orange through and through, Coach Mims had this orange garage door that I would always take time to drive by and dream to one day graduate from college, purchase a new home, then paint my garage door orange. That was the ultimate. An orange garage door. I can recall the time when Coach Mims resigned from the Tulsa Public Schools and was honored at halftime of a Booker T. Washington game. Mims was escorted to the Hornet cheering section and received the customary plaque. As the crowd became louder, Mims, thinking that the crowd was cheering because he received this plaque, They turned him around to face the center court, and a brand new automobile was rolled in out into the court, compliments of Wayman Tisdale. I never forgot that. On a sadder note, my thoughts reflect on Tisdale's senior season. After winning the previous state title, the Hornets came up short in a first-round loss. I see Mims now as I reflect on that day, walking off the court with his arms around his injured star. Tisdale on this side and Creason Hale on that side. I will never forget that. If you're a Hornet, when you lose a state championship, it's a very, very big tragedy because we're not supposed to lose. In the past years, I don't know why, but one day I walked into the hallways of Booker T. Washington, and there was Mims doing his daily duty, and he said, "I need to talk to you." And I said, "I need to talk to you too." He said, "No, seriously, I need to talk to you. I want you to start collecting athletic memorabilia and start a museum to adorn the halls of the Historical Center, along with the tireless effort of a former Hornet alumni, Gerald Hicks, is no longer with us. We worked tirelessly to make the now Booker T. Washington Athletic Hall of Fame and Sports Museum what it is today, a tourist attraction in the making. Whenever Coach Mims visited the building, all he could say was, "Wow, this was a labor of love." Some things that I do when I take my summer vacation, I visit museums nationally, and then while I'm there, I would call Coach Mims and say, "Coach Mims, guess where I am?" He said, "Where are you?" I would say, "Coach, right as we speak, I'm walking the grounds of Grambling University and the legendary Eddie Robinson Museum." Or I call him again the next summer, spring, and say, "Coach, guess where I am right now?" "Where you at now, Coach Burks?" "Coach, right as we speak, I'm in the College Football Hall of Fame in Notre Dame, South Bend, Indiana." I called him one time and said, Coach Mims, you wouldn't believe where I am." He said, "Where are you now?" "I'm in Tuskegee, Alabama, walking the grounds of the great man himself, Booker T. Washington. At this moment, I am touring the gravesite of Booker T. Washington with the plastic bag in my hand, collecting soil to bring back and sprinkle on S.E. Williams Stadium." That's what dreams are made of. Little does sports fans know that in 2008, when the Hornets won another state championship, it was not the coaching or the athletes, but it was the dirt that was sprinkled on the ground that turned the Hornets that had a championship season, that soil from Booker T. Washington's grave. As I close, I just again thank Coach Mims for the many memories and opportunities that he's provided me. Thanks to Coach Mims' vision for the future, the museum has been recognized in the Tulsa World, People Magazine, Oklahoma Magazine, Oklahoma Tourist, and Vibe Magazine gave us the ultimate comment when it mentioned that this is the most comprehensive display of sports memorabilia that the magazine had ever seen. Once again, thanks, Coach Mims. Last but not least, one memory that will last forever. In the new Tulsa Public Schools Athletic Hall of Fame, located on the Education Service Center in the museum, there is a section dedicated to past Tulsa public school champions. In our lifetime, most of us will not make any Hall of Fame. They will never attain this status as a Hall of Famer. But the foresight of Coach Mims and the Tulsa Public Schools Selection Committee has made it possible to be recognized as a team. The Wall of Honor shows the Booker T. Washington 1973 state football champions. Tulsa World reported that the 1973 state title team, in which I was a part of, is the last team from Tulsa Public Schools to go undefeated, then win the state championship. Now, audience, focus on what I just said. The title was won in 1973. This is 2015. That was over 40 years ago. We still hold that honor as the last Tulsa Public Schools team to win the state championship and go undefeated. Kirk Mosley was on that team. We would like to think of ourselves as the 1972 Miami Dolphins, who hold the same record in the NFL. Thanks again, Coach Mims and the Tulsa Public Schools Hall of Fame Committee for making this happen. Before I leave, I'd like to say, hallelujah, I'm so glad I went to Booker T. Thank you.